Now let's take this example. In this example, we're going to be collecting scores from the terminal. When we collect these scores, we're going to add them up and calculate the average. So first, I'm going to have total is equal to 0. This is the sum of the scores. If no score is entered, total still remains 0. Now for the while loop, I'm going to have while, and I'm going to be providing true. Now I'm going to prompt the user to enter a score. Here I'm going to have score is equal to input. Here I can have please enter a score. Now the real issue becomes, how do I end the loop or terminate the loop whenever I want to terminate the loop? So instead of just writing please enter a score, I can have please enter a score or X to quit, something like this. I can as well write please enter a score or stop to quit. Now, I'm going to be using the break statement to terminate the loop in case the user enters stop. So here I can have if score is equal to stop, then I'm going to terminate the loop. So here we'll have break. If the user did not enter stop, then I'm going to be adding the score to the total. So here I'm going to have total is equal to, because we're getting this input from the terminal, I'm going to be converting the value to an integer or to a float. So here I'm going to have total is equal to total plus float score. Or better still, I can use the short form, which is total plus equal to float. Then we have score. Now let me remove this. So let's go ahead and run this program from the terminal. So here I'm going to have python loops.py, then hit enter. Please enter a score or stop to quit. I'm going to enter 10. Please enter a score or stop to quit. I'll enter 20. I can keep going on and on until I enter the word stop. So let me enter 30 this time around. And finally, I'm going to enter stop. So here we have stop and the program terminates. Then if you look at this program, we did not display our total. So let's print out the total. So here we can have print total score. Total score. Then here we're going to have total. Now let's run the program again. Please enter a score, I'll enter 10. Please enter a score, I'll enter 20. Please enter a score, I'll enter 5. Please enter a score, I'll enter stop and hit enter. And as you can see, this summed up the scores. 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 plus 5 is equal to 35. Is equal to 35. And this is how we arrived at 35. Now, I may decide to calculate the average. To do this, I have to find a way to keep track of the number of scores entered in the terminal. So here I'm going to have count, and I'm going to initialize it to 0. Now, immediately after adding the score to the current total, I'm going to increment the count. So here I'm going to have count plus equal to 1. So this is going to keep track of the number of times we successfully collected scores from the terminal. Now, after the loop, I'm going to be determining the average. Of course, average is equal to total divided by number. So here we can have AVG for average is equal to total divided by count. Then afterwards, I'm going to be printing out the average. So here we can have print average score. Then I'm going to provide AVG. Now let's run the program again. Enter a score, I'll enter 10. Enter a score, I'll enter 15. Enter a score, I'll enter 18. Enter a score, I can enter 20. Enter a score, then I can enter stop to quit. So here I'm going to type stop. And then as you can see, total score is equal to 63. Average score is 15.75. So as you can see, the while loop is actually very, very powerful, especially when you don't know how many times you want to perform an iteration. So when you are sure of the number of times you want to loop, you can use the for loop. But when you don't know how many times the iteration will go, you go for the while loop.